Kendrick Lamar. He's top 3 of the 2010 generation of MCs, no doubt about it. But he's been gone 5 years, so you know he had a lot to get off his chest, right? Look, whether you are a big fan of Kendrick Lamar or not, when he drops, he shuts shit down, and most of our ears are glued to what he has to say. I think many hip hop fans have been curious to hear Kendrick weigh in on the current state of the rap game, as quite a bit has changed since he released Damn. So on Mother's Day evening, Kendrick set the Twitter and YouTube streets on fire by releasing a promotional single entitled The Heart Part 5 that will unlikely be on the album, as his previous 4 Heart songs didn't make the project. But getting right into this brand new track, starting with the instrumental, it samples from Marvin Gaye's 1976 classic song, I Want You. Sure, it's been sampled a ton over the years, but it's one of my favorite over-sample songs, and I feel it's an ideal backdrop for Kendrick to drop his conscious bars over. You know, Kendrick over classic Marvin Gaye should be a guaranteed win. His first opening lines really set an urgent tone. I come from a generation of pain where murder is minor, rebellious, and Margiela clip you for designer, belt buckles and clout, overzealous, prone to violence. All of this imagery really sums up the current negative state of the culture, one where the youth is desensitized from gun violence, gangs, and drill music, one where materialism and stunting for IG and social media is the norm, and one where clout chasing is at an all-time high and shooters walk around these streets claiming demon time. It makes you think of Onyx's Last Days, right? But all of these problems have been accepted as part of the culture. And I feel on this record, Kendrick is issuing a harsh indictment on what we have come to accept as the culture. Of course, systemic racism and the generational trauma from slavery play a large role in where we are at today. But then we have to look at other factors that play a role in this dysfunction, like social media and its influence on the youth, hip hop media, the streets, and some of the toxicity that comes with the street life, certain rappers, and even OGs. And we have to ask, have the OGs or the self-proclaimed voices of the street, have they done all that they can to help, or are they part of the problem? You know, heavy is the head that wears the crown. On his second verse, he has some lines that I think deal with the rise in snitching over the years. Maybe it's directed at Tekashi, but I could be wrong. That's the culture. Point the finger, promote you, remote location, witness protection. They're gonna hold you. He also reflects back to when he first learned of Nipsey's passing while in Argentina. He states, I'm in Argentina wiping my tears of confusion. Water in between us, another peer been executed. History repeats again. Now, obviously he's talking about Nipsey Hussle, but you could add in other names like Young Dolph, King Von, Mo 3, and others. He also says that profound, in the land where hurt people hurt more people. And before the third verse, he says, take the drums out. And I immediately thought of Nicholas Craven. But at this point, it's when I realized that he was gonna hit us with some serious shit, something real ill. Now, on this third verse, he raps from the perspective of the late great Nipsey Hussle. At first, I thought it was a little creepy, but then after 2 to 3 listens is when I really appreciated it and viewed it as a powerful verse. He's speaking on Nipsey's impact in the rap game, on the youth, and how motivational he was, and even how some schools added some of his teachings to their curriculum. I'm not gonna hold you. The following lines have me choked up a bit. Like, I may have shed a gangster tear or two listening to Kendrick. And to the killers that sped up my demise, I forgive you. Just know your soul's in question. I seen the pain in your pupil when that trigger had squeezed. And though you did me gruesome, I was surely relieved. I completed my mission, wasn't ready to leave, but fulfilled my days. My creator was pleased. Now, do we know how Nipsey would have viewed that situation with his killer? Obviously not. But I feel Kendrick did an excellent job in painting a heartfelt and vivid picture of that whole terrible situation and just took you right there in front of the Marathon store. Actually, his whole verse about Nipsey hit me hard personally because I did have a tough time dealing with his death. It was the first rapper death that really had me sad for a couple weeks. Yeah, even more sad than when Biggie and Pac died. I can't explain it, but that Nipsey death hit different. I was also really sad when Dolph died. Yeah, so I did like this song overall. Is it a banger? No, but it is a thought-provoking, socially conscious track with a warm, soulful, and funky beat. I thought that Kendrick came across as a true voice and true leader of the streets, a positive one, not one that's going to lead kids into the hellfire. Now, obviously, other rappers have great social commentary in their bars. Kendrick isn't the only one, but he is the main one in his generation to do so with such a large platform. And you can just feel the urgency, hunger, and passion in his message on this track. It was powerful. Will the youth and the culture take heed to Kendrick and try to change for the better? I would hope so, but probably not. Although I do feel that Kendrick's voice and message here is strong enough to reach a certain kind of person or kid. But unfortunately, I don't think the average drill listener or kid practicing Demon Time will pay Kendrick any mind. Now, as much as I do like this song, I think the Nipsey verse could rub some people the wrong way. I didn't have a problem with it personally, but I could see how Kendrick may be looked at as a bit presumptuous to include it, despite how well-intentioned he may have been. But yeah, I can't say that Kendrick is in my top 10 or anything like that, but I did like what he put together here as a promo song leading into the album. Let me know what you thought of this song in the comment section below. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and please subscribe. As always, it's peace and blessings. Kendrick Lamar, The Heart Part 5, 1.